Right. Good evening, guys, or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. We are flying the good little United 737-700 today to San Diego. It's going to be a fun RNAV approach, very short flight, so we'll have to be on our toes. Not on VATSIM today, probably fly on VATSIM more tomorrow. I wanted to get a short flight in before I get off and go play Warzone 2.0 with my brother. So yeah, that's what we are doing today. Going to start prepping here so that we can get out of here fast, and I really wanted to do this RNAV approach. I've done this on Phoenix. I did try this approach on Phoenix, but I haven't flown this one on 737 yet, so I wanted to do that on 737 today. Anyways, let's start prepping. So our block fuel need today is going to be 9940. Again, I'm seeing these weird lag. Will probably go away. Did yesterday. Okay, so fuel is good, 9940. Payload, our zero fuel weight today is going to be 106.7. So we are going very, very light today. 106.7. Max is 121.7 on this one. We're going extremely light today, which makes sense. You're not carrying a lot of fuel, it's a short flight, doing much, so makes total sense. Okay, I think that should be it for the fuel and payload. Now what we can do is go to F, X, go to position. So let's start prepping our overhead panel here. First things first, let's just change our IRSS knobs to nav so that gets started. Ground power is connected. We are on ground power already. Fasten seatbelt signs can go to auto. Emergency exit lights can, window heats can come on, and logo lights can come on. Our cruising altitude today is going to be 170. Not going even above the transition altitude. Great. Okay. And turn on the electrical hydraulic pumps. And I think that is about it. Overhead panel, at least for now. Let's start entering our FMC information. So we are at Burbank, KBUR, and we are going to copy this position, put it in the IRS. Our core route is going to be Burbank to KSAN. Enter that. That gives us the route already. Okay, and we are going to be taking off from runway. Let me check real quick here. Runway 08. Okay, I'll put in 08 here. A weird departure, but we'll see as it changes. Our flight number today is UA 764, and let's activate that, execute it for now, and let's select our departure, which is going to be VNY3, and the transition is Twine. There you go. Execute. I'm going to take a nice U-turn back to VNY and then join the flight plan. Arrival today is going to be 27 as usual. So we are going to do, let's see what we can do here. We'll be doing RNAV Y27. We are going directly to RNAV Y27 arrival. So we have no star at all. So we can just click on execute, and now let's review our plan real quick here. Make sure it all makes sense. Let's go to the legs page. Okay, so after taking off, zoom out a little bit. After taking off, we go to VNY. So direct to VNY. Yes, we are. That's a U-turn. So what I'm going to do is I'll just paste it here so that it knows we are going direct to VNY from here. Actually, you know what? Why do we even go direct VNY, right? I don't want to follow this whole thing. How about we go direct to Lange and after that's Berry. So let's go direct to Berry. That will make our plan a lot simpler. Let's go direct to Berry and a lot simpler. I don't want to follow the whole okay, that is fine. Now we can go back. Okay, that's our plan. Looks good. And from where's this at? Okay, so we're going parallel from MZB. We're going to go direct to BYDDA. Let's review the charts real quick. RNAV YZ. I want to see if we can have kind of a transition waypoint between final RNAV starting waypoint and the last waypoint of our flight plan. So we are going to follow the approach RNAV GPS Y runway 27. Okay, Y DDA. Okay, so LYN DI can be our next waypoint here. So let's do that actually. LYN DI, and we could have selected this on the star itself. And then next goes to VYDDA, which is fine. 4,000 and above on this one, and 5,000 on LYN DI. What will happen here is instead of going direct from MZB to VYDDA, which will be weird, right? Because you have a full U-turn here. Instead of that, you're going to go from MZB to LYNDI and then go at a 45-degree angle into the RNAV arrival. So that's what my plan was. Push is on chat, says we are on, boys. Yes, sir. We're on. Very short flight, and then I'm going to be ready to play Warzone with you, man. Really want to get some games in today. I was playing in the morning. I played like one game and it went really well. Got like 5 kills. Anyway, so that's my plan. We are going to go from MZB to Lindy, and then from Lindy to VYDDA, and on the like I explained, right? We don't want to go directly from MZB to VYDDA. Okay, that makes sense. We look at the other stuff later, the minimums and stuff, but I just want to get that plan in, our arrival and departure plan in. That looks good. Okay, so our flight plan is in. Now let's go to init ref and let's request our performance initialization page filled up. Then we'll have to correct some numbers here once it fills it up because the PMDG doesn't do a good job at filling everything up correctly from your brief plan. Okay, let's hit load, execute. Okay, cost index is actually 80 for today. There's 18, which doesn't make sense. Our flight level today is going to be 170. I'll just put in 17,000. You don't call it flight level when you're below 18,000 feet. Cruise winds are going to be 240 at 22 knots. 240 at 22. That's what I'm going to put in here. And transition altitude is 18,000. That stays as it is. Reserves are going to be 1.9. Change that to 1.9. Zero fuel weight is verified. We are on 106.7. We are all good here. This page. N1 limits. You're not going to be doing a derated takeoff. It's a short runway. Flaps can be 5 and CG is 23.4. We need to set the trim to 4.97. Let's also put in the runway winds that we look up our report. 160 at 6 knots, the runway winds. that in 160 at 6. So once we have put the runway winds in, you'll see that the V speeds might have changed a little bit because it adjusts for the wind and tells you what. And our V speeds are really low today, if you see, because we are going really light. We are barely like half, I think only half filled, and we just have like 9,000 pounds of fuel. Is nothing. The short flight. Okay, takeoff performance is in. We can go back to the legs page here. I can turn on the flight directors. I can change this directly to 200, and let's pull this to runway heading, which is 080, somewhere around there. And our altitude is going to be, like I said, 70,000 feet. Won't have to change the QNH to standard because we are not crossing the transition altitude. Alright, anti-collision lights can come on. Okay, I think we are ready to start the APU and get out of here. Let's turn on all the fuel pumps, and we will barely have any cruise time today because there's very short flight, 147 miles. Let's see what the QNH is for today and then adjust for that as well. So 2997, there we go, 2997 here, 2997 here, 997. Okay, what else do we know? It is cloudy today, by the way. It is quite cloudy. We have some nice wispy clouds going on the west today. It'll be fun to fly through those and break out. Okay, APU is on. I can transfer the power to APU. I can turn on APU bleed now. Isolation valve is open. Packs are off. And we are good for the engine start. Let's go in here. Attach our tug. Go. And let's do a straight out pushback.
Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start tail straight out. Roger that. Ready for push straight back. Release the brakes, please.
Using parking brakes.
Brakes released.
As soon as we start going, I'll start engine 2 and 1. It'll be a busy flight, hopefully, because short one.
Brakes released. Here we go.
Right. Start engine 1, waiting for N2 to hit 20. Okay, spooled up enough. We can give it fuel now. This airport is beautifully modeled by Orbeck. Look at those textures, huh? Also have these signs, fly quietly. That even. Okay, engine 1 is stable. We can start engine 2. Again, waiting for 20 and then we'll give it fuel.
Pushback complete. Parking brake, please.
Parking brakes.
Brake set.
And remove the tug. Okay, doors are all closed. Right. As soon as we have engine 1 live, switch the power source to engines and turn off APU, and we'll departure out of here. Okay, engine 1 is good as well. We can change both the engine start switches to continuous. Taxi lights can come on, switch power to the engine. APU bleed can turn off, and APU can turn off as well. Isolation valve can go to auto. We can give some air to the cabin. Packs can go to auto as well. Pitot heats can come on, and yaw dampers can come on. Overhead panel is ready for departure. In terms of the center pedestal, we need to change the TCAS to TARA. We are not tuning in frequencies right now. We'll do that when we I don't think we'll have to tune anything in because we are doing the RNAV approach, so should be good. Alright, auto brakes can go to rejected takeoff, and flaps can set to our takeoff setting, which is 5. Trim today was going to be, I believe, 4.97. With that to turning it the wrong way. That's 5. It's I was right actually. I thought this was 6. Okay, 4.97, so very close to 5, and then we'll just put it there. Good. Go back to legs page here, and that we have a couple of views set. Okay, flaps are set. What else? Taxi lights are on as well. Runway, we can turn on runway turn off lights. Turn on the landing lights when we get to the runway. We are good to go. Let's brakes out. Let me go and check real quick. We actually taxied a little bit further back. We shouldn't have. I think that's our runway 8. I could have looked at the charts, but why not just go out and look at it? Look at those winglets. I love this particular livery. Whenever I fly United, this is the one I choose. We did taxi a little bit way further back. Don't have traffic, so it's fine. I think the PMDG default thing is that the taxi is what, 50? So we're not clipping our wings here. A small airport. Going to follow this taxiway here and reach our takeoff runway. Let's do a southwest taxi, 30 knots taxi. Do it. By the way, we are going to do multiple flights tomorrow. Starting in the, I'll see if I feel like it, but currently at least my plan is to do a flight for the whole day, like maybe 5-6 hour flight in the morning, and then at night we'll fly more. And we'll probably go to Europe tomorrow. The weather is always amazing in Europe to fly. Nice IFR weather. Make some really good approaches. 35 knots. Wow. Almost racing. Okay, let me turn on auto throttle here. Clouds are looking so good today. Okay, we're turning into the runway. While we turn into the runway, off running lights. I think we are good to go. Just do a nice rolling takeoff. Want to turn on LNAV and VNAV. Wow, look at those hills. Going to be a beautiful departure. What I'm gonna do is directly enable autopilot. Look at that view. Look at that view. Wow. Looks so beautiful. Let's turn on LNAV and VNAV. We should be able to because we are in the face towards the flight plan. Wow. Going to be an amazing departure. Okay, let's go. Hollywood Hills are spectacular. Yes, they are. Look at that. Okay, with Toga. Toga is verified. LNAV and VNAV whites. Airspeed is alive. Yes, sir.
80 knots.
Check. 1
Rotate.
and rotate.
E2.
Go.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Yeah, I'm gonna enable autopilot and have fun with the wing views here because this is beautiful. Look at that. Wow. This kind of weather is rare in West, but when we have this weather, it looks absolutely amazing. Look at this. So much depth to it when you have clouds over the terrain. Lovely. Should be at acceleration altitude, so I'll just take out the flaps. Okay, we are good. Turn off the turn the landing gear off. Auto brakes can go to off. Lights can go off. Engine start switches can go to off, and that should be it. Go back to enjoying the views here. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Getting in the clouds here. Still going to stay in this wing view because that whole breakout is going to be crazy. It looks so good. We have the airplane set up until cruise, so I'm not worried about that. Look at those clouds. Nice. Can't wait to see how this sim grows. We're already about two and a half years into the release, and they've done a great job at updating the sim almost every month, every couple of months, right? Either a sim update or a world update. This looks so good. It's been a while since I've flown in Europe, so tomorrow's flights are going to be very scenic as well. I'm excited for the San Diego RNAV arrival. Give it a quick check. We don't need to even change the QNH today, as in we'll just change it when we are about to descend. But everything looks good. Looks good. Let's see. Okay, so we are reaching top of cruise here, and there's quite a bit of cruise, but in time it won't be much. Let's review when we are actually reaching the destination. So program page 2208 Zulu, and what's the time right now? 21:45. Wow. So it's about what, 20 minutes Push is asking, have you recently flown into any Indian airports? Not sure if MSFS has. So MSFS does not have. I mean, of course, it has Indian airports. It is as good as what Bing Maps can provide, but it does not have. They have not updated the Asia region yet. So it's whatever Bing Map provides. There's no custom stuff done on in that region, but it still looks really good. Uh, there is there are multiple freeware sceneries of Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, pretty much all the main Chennai, all the main airports. We can actually do a flight in India. It's usually very foggy and the arrivals are amazing. You might find a couple of streams where we flew from, I think, Hyderabad to Mumbai, even Chennai to Mumbai, I think. But yeah, that's definitely on the plate usually when I want to do a low visibility landing, because when you land into Delhi, it's extremely low visibility due to pollution and smog. It's a lot of fun to do these arrivals. That's awesome. Mumbai approach would be so. Yeah. Mumbai approach is amazing, especially that I think it's 27 that goes above the hills and then you have to land. It's amazing. I've done that once with Rahul. I remember, it was so good. Okay, I think we are at our cruising altitude. Very short cruise today. Yeah, India is still beautiful to fly, but once we get that custom update, I think it'll be even better, because USA has had multiple updates and you can see, right, you can see how good it looks. The autogen, photogrammetry, terrain, everything. Yeah, it'll be fun to have. Asia will also probably be have to divide it into parts, but it just hasn't gotten any update. Probably next year. Okay, let's start reviewing our arrival charts here, because we'll be at TOD before even we realize. So what are we flying? RNAV Y, right? Our minimums today, final approach course is 275. Let me set that first here. Love prepping everything way before we are supposed to do it, just so that we are ready for it. Anything goes wrong. Straight and landing, runway 27. We'll have LNAV enabled. I'm trying to understand what is LP versus LNAV on the approach. LNAV definitely has higher minimums, which means you'll have less support from the autopilot. So I'm trying to LP. I don't remember seeing this. I'll have to check it offline. That means LP on RNAV. Localizer performance with vertical guidance. Okay. So if you have vertical guidance on, you can have lower minimums, which makes sense. You'll have more support from the autopilot to land, right, or to approach the runway. So you have lower minimums, as in you can go lower before you decide whether you want to land or whether you want to abort the landing. But if you only have LNAV, that means you don't have as much support from the autopilot. You're more on your own here, which means you have to decide earlier whether you want to land or whether you want to abort, in case you don't see the runway by that altitude, right? And this bracket thing, it's just basically radio versus baro altitude. We are going to be setting radio, and our minimums are going to be 743 because we will fly manually after a point, right? Our minimums will be, we are going a little bit adventurous today. 743. Take like 2 years to roll through this. 743. 100. 400. Come on. 500. 600. And 743. Okay. Minimums are set. ATIS, yeah, I mean, we can tune into ATIS. Actually, you know what? That'll be better than. But then I don't have the MSFS. MSFS ATC on. Be fun to fly on VATSIM to look for KSAN weather online. I was just pulling it up here. Try you at 762 meters, visibility 16. So yeah, we'll have some issues like we did yesterday. Pressure is 3003, 2.8, 12. Temperature, okay. Winds calm, so there's nothing going on the winds at least. Sounds good. I'll keep this on and updated on our descent. We are already at TD. What I will do is what is our final altitude? So 2000 feet is what I'm going to put in the MCP, because that's what we need to descend to before we take over manually, right? Autopilot will do all of this for us. We have already programmed in all the restrictions and everything. So we will be at 2000 at Rebo and then take over manually and get it onto the runway. Okay. About how much? 13 miles from TD, top of descent. Beautiful view. And just to review the approach again here, we are going to MZB and then we'll turn left and then come in back onto the runway 27. That's the whole RNAV approach procedure. I will have to keep the terrain on the navigation display because San Diego approach gets quite close to the hills. It's better to have terrain on the ND, just so that you have an idea of where you're at. I'll keep this open so that we can turn the terrain inhibit switch on, where we don't get those terrain pull up, terrain pull up warnings. You might get it on approach. What else do we need to do? Don't need to tune in the MZB VOR, so that's all good. Missed approach procedure. It's already programmed in. You can see this blue line. That's our missed approach procedure. But just to review it, we climb straight out to 2500 feet, direct to SARGS, and get our airplane on a 5 nautical mile hold there, in case we miss our landing. Okay, we are already descending. Got a nice 21 knot crosswind. Meta report does say that winds are calm. Wow. Bounced around a bit. On the auto brakes, we are again going for auto brakes 2 for landing. I think that works really well. San Diego runway is not that short. We'll be fine with 2, just like normal. Let's tune in the UNH to 3003. Let me check if there has been any update here. Shouldn't be. Okay, it's still 3003. So good. Airport elevation is 17 feet, so we don't need to change this landing altitude. It is going to be whatever sea level, 0 feet. And look at that. Look at that view. I was planning to do multiple legs today, but glad I'm not doing it. I don't think anyone is on today. I'll fly with Rahul tomorrow. And Watson. Okay, about to hit the MZB VOR. This is a neat view. Okay? You can see what altitude you're going to be at. I think you can enable data, which will show you restriction as well. Very neat view. MZB doesn't have any altitude restriction, but I think as you go further down, you will see restriction. Very neat view. Shows you your lateral position and also your vertical position compared to where you need to be at. Let's see, I might keep this actually. Very helpful. Because anyways, I'm going to be looking at my PFD when I actually manually fly. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, turning LY and DI now. Decent cloud cover today. I think we won't have to use the speed brakes. I'm changing the auto brakes to 2. Let's see what our decel point is. Decel point is somewhere here. Okay, can't see much on this. It just map. Wait, what? What is it doing? I have to just directly go to Lindy? What? Why does it have this here? I'm going to put it on heading mode so that it doesn't go that route. Not sure why it did this on the plan. I don't know, maybe it would have still flown our correct heading, but I didn't want to take any risks. Getting bumpy here. Finally hitting the clouds. No surfing. Let me see what we can do. I'm not sure why I did that weird plan on. Go to legs. Yes, protects. Weird. Anyways, we'll just fly manually to Lindy. We still need to be 4,000 or above. Do that. Then back. What I am worried about is, will it descend above, like below 4,000? Since I'm not on LNAV, or does it know? Knows we're good. My plan is to, as soon as we hit 90 degrees, as soon as we are almost parallel to VYDDA, my plan is to just hit direct to VYDDA, so it will take over, LNAV will take over, and then we'll be good. Yeah, I think we can still do that. We're good. Okay, so VYDDA, copy that from here, execute. So that puts us on LNAV. Your next waypoint. We are at 4,000 or above. Good. Slowing down. Let's give it some flaps. Go flaps 5. Can we? We can. Reminded us to select the approach VRAF. It's going to be 125 today. And since we are almost there, let's just turn on all the lights. Let's change the engine start switches to continuous. Seatbelt sign should be on already. Okay, good. Auto brakes are set. Speed brakes can go to arm. And all we need to do is landing gear. Deal with the landing gear and then keep deploying flaps as we go. I'm gonna go flaps 10. Almost on the lower, which says descending through the clouds is always my favorite on here and in real life. It looks so good, right? Like you're going in and out when you're almost going to hit the ceiling. Looks so good. Right now we are in, but we are going to see the ground in no time. Yeah, I can already see it. Be out of this one cloud that we are in. Looks beautiful. San Diego approach is amazing. You'll see this. You'll see downtown on the left. And I also have that payware add-on for San Diego, so it looks crazy good. Right, still on the restrictions. How far are we from the runway? Still up quite a bit. 5 plus 2 plus 3, about 10 miles. 2,500 on the radio. One more thing I want to make sure is we have the call outs on. I should have done that. Yes, we have it on. Good. Okay, 7 miles. Not 7 really. 9 miles. Okay, we can see the ground now. Look at that downtown right here, and runway is right here. We'll see it soon as we go out of, I get out of this haze. Look at this whole area, so detailed. I don't think this is a part of that payware add-on, but it's just default MSFS. Okay, we see the runway. I'll let it go for 300 feet more and then we can take it over manually. Go one more notch of flaps. Before that, let's go landing gear down. Flaps are set to 15 now. We are landing on flaps 30 today. Let's go flaps 25. Could we do a replay on this? Like record a replay? I think that'll be fun. Let me do that. Developers. Experimental, yes. Replay tool on. Let's record a replay of this. Record. Good. Okay, flaps can go to 30. And we are at Rebo. I'm gonna turn auto throttle off, autopilot off. Try it manually. Don't know what happened there. I took a nice little left turn. To follow the pink dots. They are a little. Rahul is here. Nice. What's up, man? Are you flying right now or? Oh, okay. Let's just started catching up with the pink line. Start leveling off a little bit. 1000. 2 yellows, 2 red. Going good. I have a tendency to go lower at the end. Let's try to see if we can fix it today. Minimums continue. Still well good on the profile. 800 feet per minute. Winds are quite supportive today. 900, let's catch up a little bit.
400.
Okay.
300.
Okay, now I'm gonna go visual, not look at the instruments at all. Cut down on throttle just a little bit. Adding a tad bit of throttle that we don't.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Beautiful, nice, smooth touchdown. Reversers full green. Knots. Does take a while to slow this down, huh? Right, 60 knots, reverses out, manual braking. Beautiful landing. I'm glad we recorded the replay, so we are going to watch the replay now. As soon as we get out of the runway here. So hang in there for that replay. Watch it from the outside. First of all, we'll see how we did on Volanta. It should be about 100 FPM or lower. It was quite smooth. But then again, this was an easy landing because, I mean, there were no winds and all, right, and we had a great visibility as well. The runway was visible from about 2,000 feet or something. That was an easy landing, but it'll be fun to watch this from the outside with the downtown in the background. Oh man, excited for that. Let's see. I'm turning the speed brakes off so that it doesn't show up in the replay. because I think if I don't turn it off, it will show up. Let's stop the replay and let's go to Volanta. Let's review the landing, touchdown and everything. Touchdown exactly on the 1000 footers, great. Minus 241 FPM. I don't believe this shit. Doesn't make any sense. That was easily a minus 100 touchdown. But anyways, that's fine. The point is, good landing. Okay, let's go and start the replay here. Know how to do this. Oh, there we go. Okay. If I hit insert, can I just go out? Will it let me go out? Maybe I need to hit camera track recording. Ah, there we go. Yes. A little bit unstable here because Rahul says he's gonna be streaming his approach. Okay, I'll try to join. I'm playing Warzone 2.0 today with my brother Kush. Looking forward to that. This looks so good, man. Oh my. Which livery is that? That's from the PMDG Operations Center. Hey, Pixel, by the way, I didn't mention you. Just join chat on 10 call out. Well, you got to see the landing. So good. I also want to watch the wing view, because from that left wing view you'll be able to see the downtown as well. That'll be fun. Just one more view and then I'm gonna be off. Push says go for it. I'm at my computer anyway. Take your time if you want to watch Rahul's. Nah, I don't think he's on approach or anything. It'll be a while before he's on. He's on the star, so it'll take. Pixel says you got my operations center working. Oh, nice. What was the issue? Did you just reinstall or what? Look at that. Look at that. Oh my. Look at that downtown view. Wow. Beautiful approach, exactly on profile. Let's see how the touchdown was. This is I don't know if this is Orbex. I did buy it from the Orbex store. I just don't know. Smooth. Absolute greaser. I do not believe that was minus 241. Definitely cannot believe it. That was a greaser. Okay, let's go back just a little bit. I'll stop the camera track recording. Stop the timeline controls as well, and let's go play. And let's see. Yeah, minus 150 for sure. There's no way that was a minus 250 landing. I cannot believe it. Okay, so that's right and that's left. There we go. Nice downtown view. I know the speed brakes are on, just ignore it, you know. It's the bug with the replay tool. Wow. What a beautiful approach. Looks so weird having speed brakes on a pro. Very, very nice. By the way, this downtown part I think is a part of that scenery. Part of the Payware scenery. I completely forgot who it was from. I think it was from I did buy it from Orbex for sure, but I don't know the exact developer. Don't know if it was Fly Tampa. Nice smooth touchdown. To the airport side. Nice. Okay. Guys, that is it for today. Let's go ahead and park this thing. Turn off the light so that people are not blinded in front of us. Whatever the nearest parking is. Just randomly taxiing through the apron. Yeah, it's all ours. What are you talking about, Pix? Go check out my departure taxi. 35 knots. 35 knots on Southwest taxiing in United Livery. What am I doing? Anyways, thank you guys for joining, and make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and I will see you tomorrow on longer flights in either somewhere in Europe, if we can do a couple of legs. But yeah, see you guys, have fun, and see you tomorrow.